I got it. I got it figured out. Um, I wanted to get on here and talk really fastly about the vibe. It's a good night to talk about it because I don't know who knows this or who's aware of this. We all know it deep down inside, but not everybody is aware of the vibe that people put out. Um, and the only reason I'm thinking about this is because I was saw like a Facebook post from some friends kind of about, essentially like don't talk too much mess about like the party if you're not going to like kind of, bring those things to the party people. Don't be talking mess if you ain't going to say nothing about it essentially. And I had just like responded very randomly, not realizing it had actually pertained to something and whatever. I don't care. I don't think they care either, or like at least I hope they realized I wasn't trying to like stir the pot. But it did get me thinking because as a kind of like a response that I had, I was like, um, there's certain like rules that have to be established by said party people or event organizers or like, you know, there's a specific group of people that set the tone for the party, right? So I'm starting to learn this at my job now. So I don't know if I've mentioned, don't come find me because I said this. I'm not even playing. Leave me alone. I work at Up Down. Okay, don't be coming in there asking me for free tokens or bugging me. None of that. I don't care. But anyway, I've been doing security. And the thing about security is that, of course, you want everybody to have a good time. And of course, you want to like create an environment that isn't too strict or like too like. We've all been to places where it can be too strict or it can just be too much, where it just doesn't even feel fun anymore because the staff or the security or like the venue or whoever has set these standards and they ain't playing with them, right? And so pretty much what I said on this post was like it's kind of on the event planners and the event organizers to hold people accountable to the standard they are trying to set, to the vibe that they are trying to bring, right? I myself will not be the one to like be telling people unless it's like harmful or like dangerous or whatever to themselves or others. If it irritates me, if it bothers me, it bugs me, it's like it's little, it's not my favorite. As long as it's not like we're not being bigots or racist, I don't care. I can't be the one to call people out on certain things. It had reminded me of my first communion ever. And like I get this, right? I think at communion, no phones on dance floor. I think that's one of the rules. Okay? First time I went, I took my phone out. I had the brightness all the way up. I'm taking a video or whatever, and some dude just like very much snaps at me and is like, "You're not allowed to have your phone out on the dance floor," you know? And I'm just like, "Whoa, all right, I get it. I'll put my phone away." Put my phone away. But that to me is funny because if the rule is there's no phones, but the promoters are not going to hold people to that standard, but people around me are about to be telling me what to do, that's not fair. Because that dude is not going to walk up to every single person, nor is he looking for every single person to tell them to put their phone away, nor does he have the authority to tell me to put my phone away. But I did because I felt shunned. I was like, okay, I'll put my phone away. Sorry, just want to like take a little video. Sorry, my light is up too bright for you. We're like outside, but whatever. Um, druggy drugs, because that's all I could say, because I'm like, man, it wasn't even dark that day. But if the event organizers aren't like setting it up that way, then people are gonna have their phones out. And like an example I made on this post was, okay, there's a event that happens, if you don't know about it, like every weekend, every Sunday, I do believe, and maybe even more days. There's a place called Dance Church at the something folk center in like on Cedar Ave, and they have a phones on the dance floor policy. And this is like a daytime free volunteer run event, and it has tons of people and like not as many volunteers. And generally speaking, the people there just respect the rule. But I'm assuming at some point that the rule was established so strictly that people just respect the rule. You know what I'm saying? And my point in saying this is like, you as a party goer can only do so much to like keep the vibe going. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't let nobody steal your vibe unless it's serious. Okay, don't let it ruin your whole night. I've had way too many situations where somebody has ruined my whole entire night. And today got me thinking just like about that post and stuff, like, who is in control of my vibe? Is it me or is it other people, right? I can't control what other people are doing, and if it's not of harm to me or a danger to me, then like, it's irritating, it bothers me, whatever. I can move around, I can go somewhere. Even that dude who told me to put my phone away on the dance floor, like, he didn't kill my vibe. It did kind of give me like, I think I killed his vibe more than he killed my vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the phone out. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, what if I had said no? What if I had said, no, I'm going to keep my phone out? What are you going to do about it? You're going to fight me and ruin the vibe for everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, how far are you willing to go to prove your point? And at what point are you ruining your own vibe for the night? You know what I'm saying? Like, I see it kind of semi-often with people where, it's hard for them to go out because they feel like they want to kind of like dictate and control the space a little bit too much, or like how things are going to go. When in reality, like, a party is a party because it's a party, baby. Like, it's just not going to go exactly how you plan. This isn't a dinner party we're talking about. We're going out and like partying all night and like with punks and hip hop heads and ravers, and like everybody's got different personalities and we all have to like coexist in these spaces together, right? I haven't been going out a lot because part of why I haven't been going out is because I'm like, there's people I don't want to see. There's people I don't want to deal with. I'm letting them control my vibe. Why am I doing that? And the vibe is so real. It's so interesting to really think about, because a long time ago, my mom had said this to me, and it's very true. The vibe can change in a room based on one person's interactions with somebody. And she kind of described like how you could see one person, just imagine you're at this like circular bar, right? Let's say like, what's that place called? Dang, I forgot. Anyway, it's a circular bar. Conga, that's the place. Conga's got this round bar. You can look over to the left, the right, straight, noon, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm doing it wrong, but you know what I mean. You can look all around you. It's a very open bar. And she pretty much was like, you could look at one end of the bar and see two mofos fighting at one end. And because their energy is off now, or because their energy is heightened, and I was thinking about it kind of on the way over here, it's almost like your aura is like projecting harder, either when you're having a really good time, when you're vibing like, ooh, it's great, or when you're having a really bad time, you can begin to affect the people in the room. I've been told this about myself, just birthday parties and stuff that I've gone to as a kid, because I'd come in grump. I didn't want to do it. Haley, you're making everybody uncomfortable in the room. Haley, you're like literally changing the vibe in the whole room right now. And you can see it at bars and parties. You'll see one person fighting, then you look over a few people, and now them people seem like they're getting hype and aggravated. And you look over, it's almost like the energy is traveling as the one person like expands their hype aura, right? Like their aura is like becoming more and more strong. And then there's another person that's feeling it. So now they're expanding out that energy and pushing that energy out from themselves, right? It's gonna fill the room eventually, especially if you're somebody who's sensitive to those things, or you travel through this life very unaware of all things, which is most of us. Like that's something I'm learning about in yoga. And I've always been very in tuned with the vibe. I've been very out of tune with the body. That's been my big problem. But most of us, I think, are out of tune with both. Like you don't know how to trust your gut, nor do you know how to listen to your body. Um, but I've seen it happen. I've seen the vibe change. But how do you kind of like, and don't let it change your vibe. Somebody can have that weird like but like I think you just got to combat it with that, like that sparkle, that shine. Like you see somebody over there arguing, you should have an even more, just have even more fun. Outshine their hate, with your love and your fun, and be intentional about that. Like put out a good vibe. We can't control people, man, and it's hard out here because I be feeling the same way a lot of people be feeling. Um, like particularly, I will say men make me uncomfortable in many ways, but more than anything, when I go out, y'all are rude. Y'all are oh, you can be so rude just in general. I can barely get Amanda to step over to the side of the sidewalk. I'll like just steps aside. Can you move? You're gonna make a wall for me, so I have to like walk all the way around you or through you. But yeah, I will say that sometimes like going out, it can be hard to deal with men, and especially men of a certain demeanor who feel like women are just, you just look through us, right? Unless we're like, you want to bang us. And even if you want to bang us, you're still just kind of looking through us and pushing us around and not really giving any concern or care to women because, and this is the real truth, because you don't think we'll knock you out. Because that's why men keep the vibe chill between men and men, for real. Because other men are scared other men are going to fight them if they try to have a hostile vibe or a shady vibe or like a superior vibe out here. Yeah, yeah, that would say for the most part, I really like partying with girls. I'm not even gonna lie, like I just feel like women, queer people, theys and thems, like y'all are my people. You don't be pushing people around, you don't be rude, you don't be like, I don't know. It's just different. And so in like controlling your vibe and like, like finding a space is a big part of that. Is kind of, that's what I was gonna say. Like I am starting to learn to put my money where my mouth is, at least in the smaller game of things. You know what? Like I probably got to go to Walmart eventually again and stuff, like, like I'm going to buy stuff I shouldn't buy, and I'm not always putting my money where my mouth is, but I'm going to tell you right now, all these events, all these parties, all these venues, all these, we give them power, just like we give politicians power, just like we give famous people power, just like we give Walmart power, just like any of the other structures in this world. When we go and we pay to be there, we give them financial backing to continue to promote these events. If you're noticing that a certain event is having a vibe you do not enjoy, please, if you can't get the event creators to try to create some like resolution for you, or like create a more welcoming and safe space for you, remove yourself, because they're not going to change and they're not going to do better. They're going to keep selling tickets to the same shows because the same people show up, and a lot of people are not going to do exactly what I'm saying. They're going to go get harassed by men and, get in fights with dumb girls, and go spend their money again in a couple weeks. I'm personally, and this is probably because I don't drink alcohol, I have been really like good on certain, there's an event I wanted to go to so bad for the last year, and my friend experienced, sorry, trigger warning, like SA type stuff. Like my friend was out and like somebody was being inappropriate and stuff, and there was no resolution, there was no real like, so I've never gone to a single one of those parties, and my friend throws those and I'm like, I don't care. I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I will not bring my female body into that space that I know it's not respected in. Even if you are my friend and even if you did try, it still seems like it's just not enough, you know? So I don't have to have bad words or like harsh feelings about those people. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and be like, I don't mess with y'all. I don't deal with that. I don't hang out with creeps and weirdos. I don't hang out with rude people in rude spaces. Um, if you're feeling like that's the vibe of the space, get out of the space, because there is no exuding enough like from your own aura to like change that vibe. That's the sad reality. Sometimes if you have enough good people in the space, you know, y'all know, because y'all know what it feels like to be around a group of people that be vibing. We be vibing, right? Nobody's trying to start issues, nobody's trying to be weird. We're all just chilling, right? So you know exactly the kind of energy that you're looking for. I encourage you to seek that out. And tonight, as we're partying and we're hanging out and we're doing Halloween, I want you to try to have a good time and don't let nobody ruin your vibe or kill your vibe, right? Because it's at the end of the day, it is your vibe. And there's certain scenarios and situations in which like, yeah, like it's out of your hands, like the vibe is bad in the place and there's nothing you can really do other than remove yourself from the place. But situations here and there, don't let people ruin that. Like, don't ruin experiences for yourself by letting somebody get under your skin. I'm not saying this because I think you're a bad person or that, you know, like, I don't think any of us have very good emotional regulation, nor like know how to work through emotions in the sense that we can take them and leave them. Like, okay, I felt that and let it go, right? Try to just let that stuff go. I'm a big one for that. I just like today, earlier today, I had to, and I said it on the radio, I'm feeling a little FOMO-y, but I'm gonna let it go. It's okay that I'm feeling like I'm missing out, but I don't have to sit and stew in that feeling and feel overwhelmed by it, because it's not doing anything for anybody. It's the same with going out and partying. Sure, yeah, you can go like snap on that guy or that girl or whoever, the bartender, the bouncer, about how they treated